A generative AI engineer is developing an LLM application that user can use generate personalized birthday poem based on their themes. Which technique would be the most effective and safeguarding the application, given the potential for the malicious user input? So for this, option A, implement a safety filter that detect any human input, harmful input, and ask LLM to respond that it unable to assist. This is most direct and effective approach. A safety filter, also known as the modern API or the guardrail, inspect users' input before reach to LLM. So I already explained about the guardrail, what is the guardrail and all. Guardrail is something which is used to filter your unwanted data. So the system can refuse the process and return the canned and safe response. So option A is the looking like correct. Implement safety filter and detect any harmful input. Option B, reduce time user to interact with LLM. This is very broad and ineffective solution. It doesn't prevent the malicious input. So option B is incorrect. Option C, ask the LLM to remind the user the input is malicious but continue conversation with it. This is the irrelevant answer. Option D, decrease the amount of the compute that the power to LLM process input faster. This is the optimization of the latency and performance. It is nothing to do with the preventing and handling the malicious input. So handling the input which is malicious or which is not proper or not good for the model. So for that we can use the guardrail or implement some safety filter. So correct answer is option A. A generative AI engineer at an automotive company would like to build their question answering chatbot for the customer inquiry about their vehicles. They have a database containing various documents of the different vehicle makes, their hardware parts, common maintenance info. Which of the following components will not useful in building such as chatbot? Response generating alert, invite user to submit log rather than the sys question, vector database embedding model. C. Answer is D. Now I am going to explain why answer is B. Right. Uh, Answer A is response generating LLM. And LLM is the essential for generation part of the RAG. So it takes the user question and retrieve the context of it generate human-like coherent answer. So response generation LLM is required to use in chatbot. Option C, vector database. Once we have some question or once we have some uh, data, so the data we will store means the text or image or video what we have. First we have to embedded means convert into 01 format, hexadecimal format, and then store in the vector data. So storing the data in database, we use vector database. Conversion, we use embedding model. And get the response, we use response generation model or even model. So C, D, A we use in our chatbot. But option B, invite user to submit the log rather than the science question. This is not the part, right? So correct answer is option B. Question number 14. A generative engineer needs to design LLM pipeline to conduct multi-stage response for leverage external tool. To be effective at this, the LLM will need to plan and adapt action while performing complex reasoning tasks. Which approach will do this? Option A. Let's talk about the each option. Uh, Train the LLM to generate a single comprehensive response without interacting with external tools. This describes the traditional non-agentic approach. The LLM rely only on its pre-trained knowledge, which is not suited for the task requiring up-to-date external information or complex or multi-stage. So, uh, train the LLM on a single and comprehensive response without interacting with any external tool, relying on the solely on the pre-trained knowledge. Option A is incorrect. Option B, implement the framework like the React, which allow the LLM to generate reasoning trace and perform fast specific action that leverage the external tool if necessary. This is the direct description of the LLM agent pattern. And React reasoning and action is the specific framework to guide the LLM to generate the throughput, decide action to take, and observe the result. This initiative loop allows the LLM to plan, adapt, and use the external to solve complex problems. This is a perfectly match of the problem description. So option B is the correct. Implement the framework like React and which allows the LLM to generate the reasoning, trace, and perform the task specification and leverage the external tool if necessary. Option C. Encourage the LLM to make multiple API call sequences without planning or structuring them. This is an unstructured and approach. Without a structured reasoning process, the LLM API call would likely be insufficient and inefficient and incorrect. Right. So first of all, we have to train. So option E is C is incorrect. Option D, use the chain of thought (COT) prompting technique to guide the LLM. A series of reasoning steps, then manually input the result of the external tool. This is the combination of the automated technique and a manual step. This is not end-to-end automated pipeline. The key phrase of the manual input the result means this approach does not leverage the external tool and automate the way to falling in the core requirement of the problem. So the correct answer is answer B.